My name is Garth Rhoda. I'm the sales director for Habari Media. I've been at the business for 5 years as of last week, and I've been in media for 14 or 15 years. So I control the media sales team and pretty much bring in all the revenue for the Habari Media business. I regard myself as a highly ambitious person, but always maintaining my calm. I've got a very big open door policy. I like to know that people feel they can always come and talk to me, and I'll make time for them. Networking is very important, so I'm known to have a very good network of clients, as well as always being in the know. So even if it is from gossip to people moving jobs or what's out there, I'm known to pretty much be central computer. And then also lead from the front. But then a lot of people think I'm quite quiet, but I always say don't let the glasses fool you, because I'll probably be last man standing at an event if I want to be. It's actually been a massive thing. So one of the key things I'm good at is networking, as an example. So networking will mean that I will connect with my clients and my agencies, and I think those relationships that I've brought and honed over the last few years has directly contributed to revenue that I bring in. I think my open door policy also allows me to speak with everyone and create good relationships, and I think I kind of almost formed a default HR kind of feeling in the business, because everyone confides in me and comes to talk to me. So I think that's helped me on the business side with revenue, and then also relationships with the open door policy. I like to make sure that I make time for everyone, that I'm never busy to speak to someone. I'll always make time to hear their opinion and help out as much as I can, because it sets expectations. I think it also sets boundaries, and people need to realize how they need to interact with you and how you're wired. So if you don't express that to everyone, they're not entirely sure, are you approachable, are you a fun-loving guy, are you very serious, are you a good networker, so can I help with a contact? So you need to make sure that people realize how you've crafted that persona in order to interact with you. I think it is important, to be honest. That might sound bad, but a well-groomed, well-dressed person that's very confident is always going to be able to stand out in a crowd. So I think it carries a very big weight of importance. I guess it is. It's something that's been mentioned to me a few times, and I think I'm hoping that I use it to my advantage. Most of media is female, and it just means I'm a little bit more at ease and easygoing when I have conversations, that it doesn't only have to be about rugby and that kind of thing. It can also be about shopping. Yeah, sometimes it could be an image that you project. So you might very well be sort of in a jacket, serious, in a suit, about to see a marketing director, but you need to have that persona when you're meeting with a client. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're always like that. You've got to adapt to your audience and who you're dealing with. It's actually what I'm wearing now. So my favorite color is blue. It matches my eyes, apparently. So I will always wear a blue shirt if I'm going to pull off a big meeting. And I have a favorite suit that I bought in London, a DKNY suit that I will wear when I need to go and impress in a big meeting. One of the most important things for me is eye contact. Eye contact is that first connection that you have with someone, and I think that is the open door for you to start your conversation. I believe in a firm handshake, a good solid handshake, no dead fish hands. I think that shows confidence and opens up engagement. And I think the first question that someone asks is also incredibly important. So that can vary from being, did you not used to work at that agency, or are we not connected on LinkedIn at the moment? So it's things like that just break the ice, that can open up the conversation a lot easier. They are tied in hand. So you cannot manage someone's perception unless you know what your brand is. So you can set those expectations of how you need to manage them. So they work hand in hand. So I actually try my very best not to separate them. So I think that you need to have key pillars in both elements of that, with business and with personal, because those confident attributes and the open door policy can very well be suited for business, but for the company, that's very much our culture overall as well. So you'll notice there's no doors on obviously all the offices. We like to promote interaction, and I think those two things are hand in hand, and they should actually have a lot of commonalities in. So I would go with LinkedIn. I think I use LinkedIn a hell of a lot. We obviously represent them. I've got a big network on there. I've spent a lot of time crafting my connections. So I use that very much as a mouthpiece for myself, and I put out a lot of valuable information for my clients. So the latest things that are happening on Facebook or Pinterest or whichever brand that we're representing, or anything that I feel will be of interest to the people I'm connected with. If I'll use a platform like LinkedIn and I'm putting out a piece of information that's newsworthy, like Facebook changing its terms and conditions, you've always got to ask yourself, what is that person going to think when they're reading that update, and is it offering them value? So I try and make sure that I'm a resource for information on something like LinkedIn, and pushing that out to my connections. You've got to also manage your digital perception. So it might not be just you in person, it could be someone only reading your posts on LinkedIn or on Facebook. So you've got to always consider what that person is going to think when they see your post. And that could be your boss, it could be your wife, it could be whoever. So you've got to always be thinking, like, what are they thinking when they see that? I'd be Captain America, and I think I'd be him because he's very down to earth, very humble. He never shows off his abilities, but he can always be relied on and depended on, and he'll use that shield to save the day. I would go with 8.5 because I think that it's always evolving and it always needs work, and it's never perfect. So it's a work in progress always. You can probably increase it to a 10. And I think I would probably just need to get more of a download from people on what their perception is. I think I've got a pretty good handle on it, but there's some things that maybe people won't share with you that could help you craft that overall image that you project. I would say you obviously have to know yourself, know what people's perceptions of you are already. So, ask some questions. Get in touch with a few people and say, get some feedback from them on how they perceive you already. And then, depending on obviously what you're doing, use your position or your title, whatever it is, to craft that image of yourself. My name is Garth Rhoda. This is the Brand Me series, Create, Express, Impact.